This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Ready? Focus. Lock in. Buckle down. From the Great Lakes to all corners of the globe, let your passion shine with purpose in your zone. Hey everyone, it is our first episode of In Your Zone, brought to you by INCRadio Northern Midwest. I'm Gabriel Romero, your host for today's broadcast. And as you see right down below, we're going to get right into our discussion featuring our very passionate young brother here from the local congregation of Lake County. But before we introduce him, make sure to drop your comments in our YouTube live chat. We'll get to those throughout our show, especially if you have any questions or things you want to know about our Stargazer for today, which is Brother Walter from Lake County, Illinois, from the local congregation of Lake County. So let's have him introduce himself right now. So good afternoon. Glad to have you with us on our first episode of In Your Zone.
Thank you, Brother Abe.
Nice. So glad to have you. Say hi to everyone in our live chat. I see everyone's been filling up our live chat already, seeing everyone there. So you, as we've been discussing before and in our promotional materials that we've had in the past, we're calling you the Stargazer because your passion or what you've been really interested in are space and the planets and the stars and everything that we could see up there. So let us know. Let's go back to the beginning here for a bit. Why or how did you become interested in all of that?
So when I was 3, my mom got me this space poster of the solar system, and I was really into it. And my mom also got me these space books, and when my sister was napping, we would read them, and we would go to places like the Adler Planetarium, Kennedy Space Center, and I read a lot of space books. And I also like to watch like space videos of like the solar system and make models out of toy balls and make like the solar system. And I've been into space ever since.
Nice, very cool. Now I'm wondering, like, why didn't you let your sister in on it? Because you said she was napping when you were reading all the books. So I'm sure she has a bit of interest in it too. But I'm sure you're from books, like when you were younger, I'm pretty sure have your own like equipment or tools to like study space in your own time. So like, what kind of things do you have?
I have a telescope, which I have used to look at the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I have my own eyes. And I would like look at the constellations, and my mom my dad has this app where you can like point it at the sky and it'll show like, oh, there's the sun, or oh, there's the moon, or oh, there's a constellation. And sometimes I use those.
Okay. Like, I know there's some. How powerful is your telescope? Because I have like a little bit of understanding of like the magnification of. I mean, as a scientist, I know like how microscopes work, but like this is the opposite end with telescopes. So like, how close up can you see like on the moon with the telescope that you have? Like, are you able to like focus in on like a crater or something like that? Or maybe that's a bit too much. How close up can you see with your telescope?
um, the telescope we have, I mean, it's I can see the craters on the moon. I
Oh,
don't know how exact. I can see the craters on the moon,
oh,
so
that's very cool.
I mean, it's that detailed.
Very nice. Oh, that's very cool to see. Like, especially on I'm sure like a super clear night, like all
Mhm.
the that detail. It's very cool. But that wasn't like the only thing that you've been able to see. I know what was that last year, if I'm not mistaken. I know I took part in it because, um, my workplace actually allowed us all to like take a break and watch this. But in the middle of the day, I think it was summer of 2024, if I'm not mistaken. But everyone in our area knows about the solar eclipse that crossed over our area. But you actually took it to kind of a different level or like a step up. So like, what did you do when you heard about like the solar eclipse that was going to cross our area?
So when we heard about the solar eclipse, we went to Indiana to
Hmm.
see it, and we got glasses. So
Hmm.
there's these special glasses. They're not sunglasses.
Right.
They're yeah. They're like these really special glasses that allow you to look at the sun
Hmm.
without damaging your eyes.
Okay.
And we drove to the place, and when I remember when it's the moon started to go cover the sun, and we were like really excited. We're like,
Hmm.
yay, it's starting.
No, no, I was too. Like for maybe for those who don't or haven't experienced what that is, can you recall like what everything was like when the eclipse started to happen?
So when I looked at the moon, when it started to happen, I
Mhm.
saw like it looks like, imagine the sun, but there's a bite taken out of it.
Okay.
So it looks like this like orangish cookie.
Hmm.
And it got darker, and it might have got cooler and windier.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was looking through the glasses, and I watched the sun disappear completely.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because where you visited in Indiana, like it's a different perspective, right, as opposed to how I saw it when I was in Chicago. Because what um I don't know if there's the name for it, but is that like a path of
Path of totality.
totality? That's what
Yeah.
it is. Okay. Because h- I'm not sure if you know how like wide it is, but it is a very small area in which
Mhm.
where totality happens, right? Just
Yeah, there's
because.
like a line.
Hmm. Is that because of how I guess the perspective from the sun and moon and just how it kind of I don't
'Cause how
focuses in maybe if that's
yeah, like
a
how the
better phrase.
shadow is, and like
Hmm.
where it's like cast upon.
Okay. Was it like did you mistake it for night where you were? Like was that how dark it was?
No,
No,
well,
not quite.
well,
Maybe.
it wasn't as dark as night.
Okay. But pretty close maybe. Especially in
At
totality
least.
cuz at least here from what I remember in Chicago, like it got darker like but it was more like evening, like early evening
Yeah, it was
as
like
opposed to like night.
evening-ish. I guess it can change how dark it is, maybe.
That's true. And I mean, I'm sure there's other phenomena that you see or that you've seen or like studied about. So, how do you continue to learn more about, space and like the planets and all the stars? Is there anything that you do like around here in our area or that other people can do to learn more?
Oh yeah, so um you can like read lots of books. You can like go to like your public library and like there may be like a lots of space books you can read and learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
You can also like there's like videos on like, oh, there's like 8 planets and stuff like that. And like, oh, and you can go to the there's like planetariums,
Yeah.
like the Adler Planetarium in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Milwaukee Public Museum, CERN Space Center, what's it called? Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of resources.
Nice.
There, out there.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to I need to take a trip back to the Adler Planetarium. There are a lot of cool exhibits from what I remember. I'm trying to think. Do you remember what kinds of things they have at the planetarium? What kinds of exhibits?
They have a planetarium, like star shows.
Yeah.
They have this exhibit of where you're like in a space station.
Oh, okay.
You're like in the space station. There's like, it seems like you're in the space station, and then there's like this other place where it's like dark and there's like tiny lights like the stars.
Oh,
like,
okay.
you can like pretend where you're floating in space.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. It sounds really fun. You should I want you as like my tour guide if I ever go there. I want you to tell me all about the exhibits. So but in thank you for introducing us to space and this brief introduction about your knowledge. But we're gonna try to go in a bit more in depth with your knowledge and trying to educate all of us, the viewers and us here, in our segment that we're calling Lock In.
Okay.
As you've seen last week. Here it is. Right. Okay, so we're locking in. We're making sure you're locking in with your knowledge, with space and the planets and stars and all of that. And we also have on board Elsum, who's gonna try to answer some questions with us behind the scenes here. So
I'm very interested. Just for you guys watching, I have not seen the question, so this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna answer with all the knowledge I know about space.
all right. So here we're gonna start off with a question that I think I remembered, and maybe you probably answered too. But okay, for both of us, Elsum, we're gonna answer how many planets there officially are as of right now.
I'm already gonna embarrass myself. Seven.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to think of like what the number is without.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one that's not a planet anymore? Pluto. Is it Pluto? The one that's not a planet anymore. 7. I'm looking at 7.
Okay, Walter, let us know what's the correct number here. How many planets do we have as of now in our solar system?
Right now?
As of now.
Okay. So there are 8 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. If you didn't get it wrong, it's okay. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune also.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know he was debating. You heard him debate about Pluto, but actually Pluto's not one anymore. Why?
So after they discovered Pluto, they found some other celestial bodies which are about the size of Pluto.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2006, the International Astronomy Union decided they needed a proper criteria of what actually is a planet and how to like become one.
Okay.
So the criteria are you have to orbit a star, and you cannot like orbit another object, like how like the moon orbits Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You also a planet also has to have enough mass and gravity for it to become like spherical shaped. And then it also has to, in its orbit, it has to clear it out so there's not like a bunch of asteroids floating around, hanging around. So Pluto got most of them, the criteria down, but it didn't get the orbit where like it's clear. So Pluto is Pluto's located in a place called the Kuiper Belt.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the asteroid belt, which is in between Mars and Jupiter. But the Kuiper Belt is beyond Neptune, the last planet, and it's bigger than the asteroid belt. So the other celestial bodies that were found were also demoted to dwarf planets.
Okay. See, I didn't know the reasoning why, but now I know because of the Kuiper belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's conflicting with a normal orbit of planets, if I remember that correctly. Okay. Next question for us. Okay. So, I mean, at least based on what we visually see, we see stars as one color. But what colors of stars are there actually?
So there are.
Oh, yeah. Let's try to have Elsum try to guess.
Wait,
What
what's
colors
the question?
are?
How many colors? or
Yeah, it's
or
not
what
just.
colors
So
are
I
stars?
guess a spoiler. It's not just white
or it's not just yellow.
No, I
or
mean,
yellow.
yeah, no, yeah. No, I was about to say that because I saw something like recently about like how the sun looks yellow from or I forgot like the exact reasoning of it. It's like something with like that we see it as yellow, but from outer space they're saying it's like the sun's actually it looks white instead of like yellow. And is that true? Like,
Yeah, let us know, Walter. Besides, I guess, well, if he was right about the sun, and if there's more colors out there besides white and yellow.
Okay. So there are actually a bunch of colors. There's
Oh, go ahead, continue.
there's red, yellow, orange, yellow, white, and blue. Blue is the hottest, and red is the coolest. Well, red is still hot, but
You know,
that's opposite though. Like
well, if you think about it,
living
like
yeah.
I was gonna say, if you think about it, like in your gas burner maybe and on your stove, right? Is that the same thing? Like, because the blue, maybe it's also because like of my science experiments that I do in class, but like you have to go to like the bluest part of the flame because it's the hottest,
correct. Yeah.
from what I learned. But I don't remember why that is. I don't know if you do, Walter, or we just know that the blue is hot. Blue is actually hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was curious. Yeah. Well, now you know. Awesome. That there's more than white and yellow to the stars. Out there.
I mean I know that, but I just like the only one that I could kind of remember is like the sun being being white instead of yellow. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Okay, another question. Oh, I guess we kind of talked about it before, but I'm gonna try to put my drawing skills to the test, and yours too, Elsa. What is the correct order of the celestial body? I'll call it that for a solar and a lunar eclipse. And I don't remember. I'm gonna try to draw it really quick. I wonder if anyone in our YouTube live chat knows the order too. But I'm
Okay.
from Earth. I'm gonna say from Earth. I guess obviously. What's the order? Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the back. I have to try to draw it. I have my
Are
drawing.
you asking me like what a solar eclipse looks like, basically?
Or what's the order of like what you see here? So I'm gonna show my example really quick. I don't know if this is gonna be right, and excuse my drawing, but for a solar eclipse,
Mm.
that's you. That's a person on Earth. The moon, you're looking at the moon, and the moon is between the Earth and the sun. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if Elsa, how do you what
I
did you
mean,
think?
is there like another way to like? I feel like that's the only, at least that's from what I know about space. Isn't like that seems like the most logical, right? It's like it's not like the moon's bigger than the sun. It's just like the moon's closer to us, so you
Oh
know
yeah.
it
Oh, yeah.
can like cover the sun from our view, like in a solar
Yeah.
eclipse.
And then again to note not to scale
Not to
over
see it.
what everything is. So
Yeah.
I guess is how was my order, Walter, of for a solar eclipse?
You were
Alright.
correct.
Yes. Okay.
However, when a solar eclipse happens, where it's actually totality, it's like exactly in between. I think the Earth and the Sun.
Oh, okay.
But you got the order correct. So
I
good
got the order correct. Okay, so I even put myself in the right spot for, for looking at the solar eclipse. Okay, cool. Um, now I wonder if because correct me if I'm wrong though that a lunar eclipse is a different order.
correct.
Okay, but now we're gonna try to guess what that is. But I wonder if anyone in our YouTube live chat knows the difference. Okay, I'm already glad that I got the order for solar eclipse right. Um, so now ooh for a lunar eclipse.
Can
Oh
I give
no. Yes, I think we all appreciate hints.
Okay. It's not moon or it's not moon, sun, Earth.
Okay,
Because
think
first of all, that doesn't make sense.
that doesn't make sense. That's right.
Because
Okay. Um, I kind of have an idea, but I might need some help for everyone here. So here, I'm gonna show my drawing. Um, I don't know where I would be on the Earth, but the Earth is between the moon and the sun. That's what I have.
so like you think that the sun is a sun and then Earth and then the moon.
Like the moon is on like the other side, if that makes sense. I yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure out where I would be. Where am I? But because I know it's like no, I don't want to mess up my words. Maybe Elsa, go ahead and show, if you have an idea.
I feel like it's well based on like what you drew, like Abe. I feel like that's like the opposite. Like instead of the moon giving us like a solar eclipse, we're giving the moon a solar eclipse. Does that make sense? So we're covering the sun for like from the perspective of, like the moon.
Oh.
That I don't think anyone's there at the moment.
Yeah, no one's ever been on the moon during a lunar eclipse.
All right, so correct us or to let us know what's the right order here.
Brother Abe, you're correct again.
Yes. Wait. So where are we? Are we on the side of the sun? Or are we on the side of the moon?
We're on the side of the moon.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, we're like
So
it's like gonna be nighttime for us.
Okay. And then so what makes it a lunar eclipse then? So like does the sun like I guess sun kind of surround the moon? Like the light goes around the moon? Is that the right way to think about it? Or
Yeah, so this moon is in the Earth's shadow.
mm-hmm.
So there are two parts to the Earth's shadow. There's the penumbra, the lighter part, and then the umbra, the darker part. The umbra is it's smaller. It's like more narrowish. So the moon, when there's a when there's a lunar eclipse, the moon is in, well, total lunar eclipse, the moon is in the umbra when it's like
Ah,
totality. And then like somehow I think like the red light goes around the earth and onto the moon.
okay. Yeah, I was
So you
thinking.
got both of them correct.
Yes. Okay. Good. I learned something today, or I recalled it correctly, because for me, like I always feel like I confuse them. But good to know that I have my observations correctly.
On your way to become a space expert.
Yes. Love it. Thank you so much for educating us, Walter, on today's topic. And I'm sure I know I've learned a lot, and I'm sure Elsum's known a lot too. And everyone in our YouTube live chat, I already see everyone getting interests or being reminded. I think I saw a live chat, a comment of people being reminded of the days when Pluto was considered a planet. So quite a while ago. But again, we can't thank you enough for you sharing your knowledge with us today. But you're actually not the only one teaching us something new. Elsum, I think we're bringing back a somewhat familiar segment for everyone who's been longtime viewers of INC Radio
Yes.
Northern Midwest.
Our CSD segment. Don't worry, CSD. We haven't forgotten about you. So we're going to we're going to be teaching us how to sign the word star. So see. Let's see how you sign the word star.
This is your sign.
Hi everyone, welcome to This Week This Is Your Sign. We're going to be signing the word stars today. It's actually really simple. What you're going to do is have both your hands sticking out, just like this, with both of your index fingers pointing up. And then what you're going to do is that with both of your hands just like this, you're just going to alternate them, like you're going to point at all the stars in the sky. Just like that. And now you know how to sign the word stars. Thank you so much for joining us in This Week This Is Your Sign. We hope to see you in the next sign. Thank you everyone.
This is your sign.
Nice. Okay, cool. I feel like I'm going to be doing this a lot now, especially at night. If I see a nice clear sky without any light pollution, which is kind of hard to do here in Chicago. But maybe I'll take a trip further out. How far do you go out? I'm just curious. Last question before we wrap up. How far out do you go if you want to see stars at night, Walter? Or do you have like a spot nearby that's like pretty clear without any light pollution? Because I know around here, like because of the city and all of that, it's kind of hard.
It's kind of urban.
Yeah.
Well, I guess go somewhere. You can like go somewhere where it's kind of suburban or rural, or where there's not much light pollution, or like I don't know, maybe.
I mean,
I don't know if the beach or
could possibly be, but at least here in the Midwest, we do have, although we do have a bunch of urban cityscapes, we do have a big amount of open area too. So at least here, I don't think we're gonna have a problem finding places to look.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. So again, thank you for all of your participation. For everyone in our YouTube live chat, we thank you so much for joining us on our broadcast. The first episode of In Your Zone, again brought to you by INCRadio Northern Midwest. We would like to wrap up by giving our special thanks to our districts. First of all, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Art Agag, and our District Minister, Brother Elmer Sarmiento. We would also like to thank our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Oranio V. Manalo, and our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Again, we thank you for allowing us to have this platform to share the passions and hobbies and interests of our brothers and sisters here in the Church of Christ, especially here in the District of Great Lakes. Don't forget, you can tune in next week, 4 p.m. Central Time. And if you have any hobbies, passions that you would like to share with us, please don't hesitate to reach out. Again, we would love to hear from you, and we would love to see your passions shine here on INC Radio. So please let us know, be in contact with your local CFO officers or your resident ministers or workers. We thank you again so much for joining our first episode of In Your Zone. And don't forget that In Your Zone is where you and your passions shine the brightest. Thank you so much, everyone. We will see you once again next week at 4 p.m. Central Time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, let's sign that as our sign off. Stars. I think everyone's doing it too.
This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.